In this Halo Wars 2 match, I am going to be getting rushed by Marines in 37 seconds in game. And I have to try and figure out how to go ahead and adapt with that accordingly. And so if you want to see how this is going to transpire, then you have found the right video. And speaking of which, it is 37 seconds in, and these Marines are coming after me right away. So first step, let's fall back a little bit and see if we can get ourselves a better engagement. We have a grunt that is having some supplies to try and come in and rescue this solo grunt while we continue to try and micro back and get more reinforcements to come in from where our HQ is at. From here, we're going to try and continue to take out the first Marine that we can, and unfortunately we just lost another grunt, so we're still at a disadvantage right now, and we're trying to go ahead and fall back, continue to make these grunts. Luckily our build order has a supply heavy focus type of army. This other opponent is microing the Marines quite well. I'm trying to keep my grunts alive as well, and it's not really working that well, but all their units are very low now, so this is our chance to go ahead and try and catch the rest of Red's Marines, because we have one actually coming from the Healing Spire to try and stop Red from healing their army for when they get to that green Healing Spire on the right hand side. So starting off very early in this game, we got a lot of action going on, and we were almost able to body block that Marine, but we do have enough grunts such that we're going to be able to focus fire the Marine and take him out. With that being said, now we're going to go ahead and just start sending the grunts over to Red's base, because of the fact that they did commit quite a lot of units over at the very beginning of the game. So we can see if we can try and counter with what we've got, whether it's to try and do some damage and get rid of more units, full army to our side. We want to be able to try and get some sort of counter going on. And so our teammates on the other side of the map, we have light green as UNSC and light blue as UNSC also. And here we go. Red has decided to go with an armory. And so because of this, I'm going to try and shoot that down a little bit. But I start seeing Marines popping up. So instead, let's go after some units to see if we can get rid of some of them. And it does look like there's going to be two cutters on the other side of the team, but we are making some guy lots, so we can go ahead and be ready to deal with that when that time comes, to try and deal some building damage as well. Our mini base is looking quite well, and we're going to have an apex set up as well as engineering swarm for the heals for when we need it. Meanwhile, our grunts are still doing some damage on the enemy's base, but we're going to retreat for now because of the fact that yellow has more of their army coming in to help out red. And because of this, this gives green the perfect opportunity to be more active in the middle of the map. We do have 3 of the 5 nodes, which is a very good start. We do have some guy loss as well, and so we're going to try and wait for an opportunity to get a large enough army for us to go ahead and counter and attack the enemy. We have a couple grunts, we have 1 guy loss with 1 skitter, and we're going to make some suicide grunts just to make sure if there's a bunch of infantry units, we'll be able to go ahead and knock that out and do a lot of damage. But Red is showing up right now with his hero, and we have to be already prepared for this situation. Light blue still trying to go ahead and scout with what they have with their Marines, just throwing it all away. But speaking of which, light blue has a very large army coming in on the left hand side of the map, while myself is trying to push that right hand side. Remember, we're trying to punish the fact that they did send a bunch of Marines on over. And so our army is going to be streamlining through, and it does look like that Johnson is going to be possible taken out, but there were some mines that were placed down and it just killed a bunch of our own grunts. In fact, if we waited a little bit longer, that engineer would have been able to see everything that's there, and we would have been able to take a better engagement. So for now, all we can do is fall back. We do have an engineering swarm. Suicide grunts are coming in. We can get some rams in as well. We lost another Gyloth, which is unfortunate. We are thinking about using engineering swarm, but we're going to not use it and start falling back. We were able to kill a little bit of Marines, which is nice, and we do have at least an army that's getting stronger throughout the game, but it's still a little bit problematic. Speaking of which, light blue has come all the way across from their left hand side of the map all the way to yellow's expansion base, while green is handling orange's hero. It's a beautiful swap that's happening by our teammates, and we have 2 random teammates on our team, so pretty good coordination happening by them. And because of the fact that I see red trying to go ahead and help light blue out, I'm going to see if there's an expansion base. There is not, which means I need to go ahead and try and hit another area of the map to help light blue out. I was thinking about using engineering swarm, but I'm just going to see if they're going to be able to take out this expansion base. Light blue is risking a lot of their army to go ahead and take that out. We're finally in Tech 2, and so that war console, scratch that supply depot will come out, and it does look like light blue was able to take out that expansion base. It's going to be at the cost of their army, but light green is still roaming to make sure that orange cannot do anything. And I still have an army that's going to come in and see if we can do some damage on red's main base. And here we go. We're going to target down the heavy supply depot. We don't really have much in order to go ahead and try and take out the actual base itself, so we're going to focus down on the economy. A restoration drone is going to come down and a sniper has come out. If we can get the grunts to focus down on that, that would be great, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to, so we're going to pull back for now. We were able to do the damage that we need to do, which was hurt their supply income even more. They're gonna have to spend 200 energy and some time to build that supply depot back up. So red's economy is hurting relatively well, and we're still getting a stronger army as the game progresses. Our war council is going to get up, which means colony will be coming out soon, and we're going to have a foundry, probably for reavers, to make sure any nightingales show up. We'll be able to deal with that. But it looks like we have a level 2 Spartan coming in from green. That Spartan has probably seen so much, it was able to get rid of a hero on that left hand side, and now red's back to being active in the map again, and that's going to be my cue. Green's going to go ahead and try and deal with a little bit of what red has, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to hit red's expansion base. Mainly because if there's army is in that position, I just have to be sure to deal with that. And red already got the sense of it for whatever reason. They know that I'm heading over there right now. But green is going to come over to see if we can try and pull additional units while dealing with yellow at the same time. And now our army's going to come in with what we've got. We got some elite rangers to deal with the infantry. We got skitters on them too to increase the range and the damage. And they have some anti-infantry turrets, which is going to be a little bit problematic. We do have 100 brands, thinking about using it, but we chose not to use it this time. And we're going to have our Garlots focusing down on the heavy supply depot. We're going to have some engineers try to come in to heal. Maybe we'll get an engineering swarm too. We're going to move our army a little bit more up so we can continue to get that damage down. And the elite ranger was able to take out the Johnson hero. So we have some great pressure going on. Colonies coming in to reinforce. And we're going to have some locusts for building damage coming in. But we still don't have the anti-air that we need. But we do have a couple grunts. But we're going to fall back for now. We were able to kill the hero. And that's going to cost some more supply and power to build back up. And with the anti-infantry turrets, it's going to be a little bit problematic. But I still think it's going to be a favorable situation on our side as a whole. Fourth leader point is now up, which means we will now have teleport. So if there's any leader abilities that come in that's going to be disadvantageous, wow, that was quite the word to say, then we'll be able to teleport out of that situation or jump in on an army. For now, our economy is looking exceptionally well. We do have 2 extractors. We have practically all 5 power nodes. And now it's just looking for an opportunity to see if we can go ahead and crush what we have together. So green is trying to protect their base on their side, and I'm actually going to come in right in between red and yellow because light blue is actually pulling yellow's army away, which happens to be mass air. So I said I needed some reavers earlier, and we never got those reavers, unfortunately, but we're going to try and carry on with our push as a whole. We'll make some turrets just in case yellow decides to send their units somewhere, but we're going to try and go in for the kill now because this mass air will be problematic. Anti-infantry turrets will be a problem, but with what we've got, I think we're going to feel pretty comfortable. Mantises are there, but we do have a lot of units here. Engineering swarm comes in. We did end up losing a skitter and a grunt during that Mac blast, but if we keep our colony up front, we have our locusts in the back, and now we're going to have more reinforcements coming in from green while light blue is pressuring orange. We have no idea where this mass air is coming from right now. We haven't seen yellow whatsoever. It looks like yellow's going to help out light blue, which means red is now in a 2 versus 1 situation, and this is going to be our chance to try and go in for the kill. The locusts are going to start focusing down on the supply depot, and our Gylots are going to also focus down on the economy where we can. while we continue to have the engineers heal our army. And there we go. Red ends up disconnecting because of that 2v1. Yellow was able to push back orange, but unfortunately, they left red out to dry. And now all we have to do is try to clean up shop and get rid of the remainder too. There's still a mass air situation we have to deal with. We don't have much anti-air as a whole, which may be a little bit problematic. So once we're able to clear out this mass air, we're going to be in a more comfortable position. Speaking of which, we're going to try and get a Hunter Brand down. Scatter Bomb comes down by the opponent, and the Hunter Brand did so much damage on those Hornets. They're going to be able to push green back just a little bit, but honestly, I think with our army and those injured Hornets, I don't think they have enough heals to go ahead and keep that army alive. They're trying to come back, but Spartan is going to come in to try and hijack a Hornet, and we're going to come in and clear out the remainder of that air, which means yellow ends up resigning because of that. So all that is left is orange left in this game. So this is going to be a quick cleanup. With that being said, I know it's been a while since my last video, and I want to try and be more consistent. We're going to try and just keep it one video a week, but we'll see. I've been working very hard on my game project on the side, just trying to get better in the Unreal Engine as a whole and trying to make content based off of that. But I have not forgotten about this channel. There's lots of work that I want to go ahead and do on here, but patience and trying to come up with a consistent schedule that works with me will be something that we will take into the 2024 year. Speaking of which, it is Christmas right now at the time of this recording. So Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year's, depending on whenever the next video comes out. But one last big push that's going to happen with just the three of us. And we're going to go ahead and try and take out what's left of Orange's base. He does have a Spartan coming in, but honestly, it's not enough. With the amount of heals that we have right now and the amount of engineers, there's just no way we're going to end up dying. And now all we have to do is just focus down on this base, and we just got combat repairs, so there's no way any of this is going to end up dying. But honestly, this was a very diverse army, and this all came off the fact that Red tried to go with a super fast Marine rush 37 seconds into the game. So with Orange's base now destroyed, we just have to look for the remaining units. And while we're looking for those remaining units, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment if you enjoyed this, and let me know what you think of this match as a whole. And we're gonna go trying to find this last unit, because unfortunately they want to stay in order to not lose MMR, which I respect, but I'm at the stage in this game where I'll never get past 1600 CSR or whatever it is for ODST rank. I mean for Onyx rank, just because of the fact that it's just so hard to just make sure the game doesn't crash, and then you lose so much MMR, and the matchmaking system can be a little bit problematic, but I love this game regardless, and I just want to continue to support it and show some amazing games that I hope you all will be able to enjoy. So there's a couple more units left that Orange has. We're going to go ahead and take them out while we continue to just practice on working on our economy. We do have some Marines and upgraded Jackrabbits, but now that has all been dissipated. Let's take a look at the stats very quick to show the consequences for failing on that Marine rush. And to be fair, Red got double teamed. Red had opportunities, but unfortunately Yellow's mid was stuck in a very tough situation to choose to defend Orange or Red. Red's economy was shattered as a whole, and I ended up dominating in the supplies, unit build, and units destroyed section. But all in all, it was great engagements by our team all around, and I hope you enjoyed this and enjoy the rest of your day, evening, or afternoon, and until the next video.